Well, good morning. Fiona J. Lindsay here of Love My Lifestyle with Fiona J. Online business, personal development, and investing student and enthusiast. Passionate about empowering professional women to creating an authentic lifestyle they love. Today, I'm coming to you live from my breakfast room here in the homestead on my property in the northeast of Victoria, Australia. And welcome to hashtag Work Life Harmony. Do you like that? Wednesdays. Thanks so much for joining me here on YouTube, Facebook, and or Instagram. So today I wanted to just take a moment, and I'm going to start actually doing this to acknowledge some people who have recently joined my team. So I'd love to shout out a huge shout out to Christina over there in Germany. Christina is an Aussie expat living in Germany. She's a teacher. Actually, she's a principal at an international school over there. And she went looking for something. She's obviously considering retirement. She wants some more time freedom and flexibility and not forsake the income that she has been accustomed to. So welcome, Christina. Lovely to have you on board. And if you too are looking for an exit strategy, looking for those flexible hours, more time with family, more time to travel, and have that ability to potentially earn that executive level income, reach out to me today and arrange for some free information. Could be life transforming. So back to today's topic. Today I want to talk about a concept that I mean, it's not a new one, right? But I've been reading, I've actually been listening to the audiobook by Shetty, Think Like a Monk. Oh, hi there, Netta. Thanks for joining me. I've never actually read any of Jay's books before, but for some reason that book just kept coming up. Lots and lots of people that I know had been reading it. And a lot of it really covers, obviously, his time in an ashram in India. I think he was there for 3 years, and his learnings from that, which I can actually relate to because my mum's twin sister was actually a nun for 20 years. So I'd spent quite a lot of my childhood in a convent. So a lot of the concepts that he discusses, I can kind of relate to. It is a very unique, very peaceful, calming and serene, beautiful environment. So I think a lot of what Jay talks about is your monkey mind as opposed to the monk mind. And this sort of concept of defining ego versus self-esteem, it really hit me. And I just I wanted to share some more of it. Free info, absolutely, Netta. I will be in touch. So firstly, let's define what ego and self-esteem actually are. So firstly, ego. So I'm going from the Oxford English Dictionary here. It's a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. So I'll leave it at that because I don't want to overly complicate it. Self-esteem is confidence in one's own worth or abilities, self-respect. So I hope you can see that there's quite a considerable difference between the two. So in what Jay shares in his book, there's some comparisons. Now, these ones that I'm going to share aren't actually his specifically because obviously that would be plagiaristic, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to share a few here. There's 6 main ones. Now, ego wants everyone to like you. And how true is that in this society that we live in of social media? And I'm sure you can see I've got plenty of wrinkles and things, and this is just the authentic me. I love myself for who I am. I don't feel like I need huge amounts of plastic surgery to look like someone that isn't really me. So this is me. This is my hair. And I think we've really forced into that pigeonhole, aren't we? In this sort of social media influencer-driven society, it's all about image. And I've certainly had these conversations with my hubby, who's very successful on his YouTube channel. And I've said to him, I kind of Some days I just want to be a guy, so I don't have to spend so much time getting made up. Because at the end of the day, when I do make myself up, I get more engagement, I get more subscribers, I get more follows, and I just find that a bit sad. So I'm going to continue on these lives to just be, this is me. Yeah, I might get some fake eyelashes every once in a while. I have had some Restylane to smooth out some stuff, but I don't have it all the time. And clearly you can see I've had no work done. So the ego wants everyone to like you, whereas self-esteem is fine with other people not liking you. And that's definitely me. We're not going to get along with everyone, right? And I think self-esteem, being, confident in yourself, you don't feel you need that validation from other people. Now, the ego thinks it knows everything. We've all been in a room with people like that, right? Doesn't matter what you say to them, they want to one-up, and what we here call in Australia the pissing contest. Whereas the self-esteem is the student, right? Is the eternal student. The ego pretends to be strong, whereas the ego is willing to submit to weakness. And if you follow me or if you've been following me for a while on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, you'll see that I've been sharing my journey of shedding, which has certainly been a very vulnerable and very raw thing for me. But I'm a big believer in there's a lot to be learned from other people's journeys. So that's kind of why I do that. And I feel confident in myself to be able to share this stuff. It is authentically me. Ego compares to others. Self-esteem compares to yourself. Now, I'm going to use the metaphor of tennis because that's what I do. It would be really easy in that context to compare myself with the top players, and I'm certainly not a top player. I am ranked 28 in Australia, and I don't know, it's 500 and something in the world. So, yeah, I'm certainly not at the top of the tree. It would be really easy to compare myself to other people at the top of my tree. And when I say rankings, I'm talking ITF Masters, not pro circuit. So we're not talking about Sabalenka or any of that. People in my age group. There's some pretty fierce competitors in my age group, and it would be really easy to go, well, she's shorter, she's fitter, she's stronger, she's this, she's that. I don't. What I do is every time I walk away from a tournament, I look at the learnings. And sport to me is just such a great metaphor for life. You could look at a loss as a failure, but I don't. I actually look at it as a learning. What can I take away that I can implement and improve next time? And that's the only measurement that I have, is measuring my failures and successes against my own. I only get really annoyed with myself if I'm not progressing and implementing those lessons. So ego wants people to respect them. I think in some contexts that's okay, but I think it's more important that the self-esteem respects self. And I think that, excuse me, when you respect yourself, it will automatically translate to other people respecting you. I don't think it's probably right to put respect from others as a priority. To me, it should be something that's organic. And lastly, ego wants to prove themselves all the time. And going back to what I was talking about, the Aussie concept of the pissing contest, whereas the self-esteem just wants to be their authentic self and be fully self-expressed as their true selves. So those are the sort of the six main ones. Excuse me, let me just have a quick drink. A little bit of a thing in my throat. Those are kind of the six ones that stood out for me. As I said, they're not strictly speaking from Jay's book because I don't want to steal his ideas. But I hope you've got something from that. That's it for me today. I'd really take some time today to really have a bit of a deep dive and investigate what it is about yourself that's steeped in ego or self-esteem, and just see where you're kind of balancing. I think ego is an important thing. Oh my goodness. It's very cold here this morning, sorry. I think it's important to have ego, but obviously self-esteem is what's going to keep you in that beautiful state of peace and joy and all those good things. So anyway, that is it for me for today. Thanks so much for joining me and watching. And if you loved this live and got something from it, I'd really appreciate it if you could put a comment in the comment box. And if you've got a question, hit me up. Again, pop a comment in the comment box, and I will reach out to you directly via Messenger. Netta, I will be in touch with you. I do personally reply to all messages and comments. I just love hearing from people anyway. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching me on YouTube, and remember to click that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Also click love or wow and or emoji if you're watching this on Facebook. Click the love button on Instagram. And if you got some value, look, share this with your teams, tag your friends. And of course, follow me to be notified when I go live. And please follow me at Love My Lifestyle with Fiona J on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. I am super passionate about supporting as many as possible to living a life of wellness and self-empowerment. I will see you again on Friday for Freedom Fridays with Fee. Don't know where I'm going to be. Don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but that's okay. It'll be a good one. Have a winning week. Passionate personal development peeps. Take care. Bye for now.